What is going on, everybody? So today we're going to do a Sword and Shield booster box update, and it might be bad news for some of you guys because I think a lot of these boxes are starting to slow down. At least that's what the data is saying. And you might take this as bad news, but it also shouldn't be bad news just because I think it's completely normal for this to be happening, especially after the price increases we saw on most of these boxes over the past month. And I also don't think it's a sign that the hobby is slowing down because we have seen over the past couple weeks money starting to flow into other areas of the hobby like XY era, Sun and Moon era, and we're also seeing it in some of these more modern eras like Sword and Shield and SV era, but going into different products like the Elite Trainer box. Now, this was the first week I started tracking Vivid Voltage. Someone asked me to throw it in the spreadsheet, so I did. A pretty normal range in terms of inventory remaining here. I think it was around 30-ish days, so we're not going to be seeing this move anytime soon. At least nothing crazy. You've seen slow, steady growth over the past few months, and I think we can expect this to continue as long as we're in the boom cycle that we're in. Vivid Voltage, not a super great set. You have the Chonkachu outside that, nothing too crazy. Still up 55.64% over the past year. Definitely not as good as some of the other alternate art sets like Chilling Reign, Evolving Fusion. But we will move on to Battle Styles. This is up to around $206.51, up almost 50% on the year. Past month, up 7.6%. Again, same deal as Vivid Voltage. There's a decent amount of supply out there, I think around 30-ish days. So we're not going to be seeing this make a jump anytime soon. I don't think you're ever really going to see Battle Styles jump up like 30, 40, 50% in a month. There's just too much supply out there. I just don't see it happening. Maybe like way in the future, 5-10 years down the road or something, but anytime soon, you're just going to see slow growth on this, especially as all of the other Sword and Shield boxes move up over time. It'll inevitably climb with them, but probably not at the same rate. Chilling Reign, this is a box that's actually given back a bit of the gains. We saw this up to around $450-ish. Now sitting around $419, $420, up 20% on the month, but down a little bit over the past couple weeks. Decent amount of supply still out there as well. I think half the supply is coming from Gilbert Games, so they have boxes, almost 40 boxes, I think, 6 cases, something like that, around 500 USD. So without them, you really only have about 50-ish boxes, maybe 60 boxes below that 501, 502 mark on eBay currently. Evolving Skies, this is probably the only box out of every box we're going to discuss today that could potentially keep climbing at a decent pace. I believe it's under 10 days of remaining inventory still, and there aren't a ton of boxes on the secondary market on eBay below $2,000, and they're selling fairly consistently at that price point or pretty close to it. You can see here most recent sales, $1,900, one sold at $1,500 with an acrylic case. That was a pretty good deal, all things considered right now. $2,360 for a booster box, and then 4 packs, $1,925, $1,500, $1,950, $2,000, $2,100. So you can see a lot of sales in that range. I will say also, keep an eye on the Evolving Skies PCTBs. A 2-pack sold for $1,380, and then I believe there's another one up here as well, $1,500. That is from today, June 4th. So keep an eye on that. I also do think it's funny too that all the Evolving Skies products, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them that I do see have acrylic cases at this point. I think some of these are kind of just overkill. Like buying a booster box with an acrylic case, I can understand, but buying loose packs and putting them in kind of like acrylic covers or glass covers, whatever you want to call these down here for the booster packs, I think that's just a little bit of overkill. But to each their own. Evolving Skies is the one that you should keep your eye on over the next couple months. It's just going to continue climbing. I think $2,000 by the end of the year was not a bold prediction. We're pretty much already there. Some people in the comments said $2,500. That's possible too. I could definitely see this box reaching $2,500 before the end of the year. And I do want to touch on one more thing before we move on to Fusion Strike, and that's I think Evolving Skies over the next 3 to 5 years, and I've said this to multiple people in consult calls over the past couple weeks, I still think at 12, 13x MSRP that this box is going to have a better annualized ROI over the next 3 to 5 years compared to a lot of other Sword and Shield sets like probably Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, maybe even Silver Tempest, Chilling Reign. I could see Evolving Skies still outperforming a lot of these boxes. Maybe not Fusion Strike, maybe not Lost Origin at this point, but most of them, I could absolutely see that happening. So for those of you who don't have any exposure to Evolving Skies and you constantly ask me, should I buy a booster box at this price or that price? I would say it's still worth it to get a small amount of exposure to Evolving Skies in your portfolio. I wouldn't go 100%, 50%, 20% even would be way too high in my opinion. But if you want to get somewhere between, I don't know, 1 to 5%, maybe even up to 10% of your portfolio in Evolving Skies, I still think that's a really good play, especially seeing where Team Up is at this point. Honestly, even Team Up at $6,000, if you look at the annualized ROI, if you bought it $100 on release and now it's $6,200, that's like a 91, 92% annualized ROI. I still think Team Up over the next 3 to 5 years, as ridiculous as that sounds, could outperform a lot of these alternate art sets like Brilliant Stars, Astral, Silver Tempest, Chilling Reign, some of these middle tier ones. Maybe, again, not Lost Origin, maybe not Fusion or Evolving, but it's going to be up there still. And that really is the power and speaks volumes of how important it is to just focus heavily on the best sets and on the winners. And this is why I'm such a big fan of choosing winners after a couple years into an era. For example, at this point with SV Era, Destined Rivals, 151, obviously Prismatic Evolutions, these sets that have solid set values, 151 not as much as Prismatic, or more than likely going to be Destined or Surging, but these sets that just are so far ahead of the average set, like your Paradox Rift, like your Temporal Forces, they are going more than likely to outperform all of the other boxes in the era over the next 3 to 5 years, and it's probably not even going to be close. But I digress. Let's move on to Fusion Strike. This box is, there's a little bit more supply on the market this week than I thought there was going to be. A couple weeks ago, it was kind of within striking distance where I thought it could push into the $800. We're now seeing it pull back a little bit. On eBay, I think there's some boxes listed in like the 750, 720 range even. I think there was a box. And this is to be expected. I mean, people were bound to take profit on Fusion Strike at this point, and pretty much every leg up you're going to see people dump some boxes. Most recent sales on TCG Player, a couple from yesterday, 744 and 750. So it might be a while before we see Fusion Strike crack into the 800s, but I'm not super concerned about Fusion or any of these, to be honest. Brilliant Stars, same deal. It's given back a little bit of the gains. The sell-through rate, I should say too, on a lot of these boxes has slowed down. I think for most of them, you're seeing somewhere between like 2 and 3 boxes sell per day over the past week. I think the highest one was maybe close to 3.5 boxes. I don't think any cracked 4. Next up, Astral Radiance, same deal. It doesn't sell a lot. There's a little bit more supply in the market. You're seeing sales, or listings rather, and sales, I guess, below $400 in that like 380, 340 range even. I think you saw a couple 2-packs selling at 700, so what's that, like 350 a box as well. Lost Origin this week had a much higher sell-through rate. I believe it was over 3 boxes per day compared to last week. It was at like 1.5, I think, so more than double. It's around 20-ish days of inventory remaining, so I think we're just gonna have to wait on Lost Origin. And then Silver Tempest, same deal as last week and with Chilling Reign. A lot of the supply is coming from one seller. I think it's Game Deal Daily, and he has about half the boxes on the market. So without him, it's closer to like 40 boxes of Silver Tempest below, what is it, like 420, something like that. And I touched on earlier in the video that this is fine. I think it's normal that people would start taking profits, especially after we see a leg up on a lot of these boxes. And it's not like the entire hobby is going dry at this point. We're seeing money flow into different places like XY Era, Sun and Moon Era. We've already talked about that, but also ETBs are starting to heat up again. You guys have heard me talk about Crown Zenith pretty much all the time, every single week. I'm like a broken record at this point. But last week, this box was 157, and I said based on eBay data, it was looking like time to buy. It was kind of in that range where it could make a move up. We're already in the 160s now, 162, 163. You have sales into the 170s as well. 151, same deal. I think this was like 226 last week. Now it's 233. And you do have sales pushing higher as well, even up to around $250-ish from yesterday. So I think money is kind of just shifting, moving back and forth all the time. People are trying to find deals, and that's to be expected. So if you're sitting on a lot of booster boxes like I am, it might be a slow few months here, and that's okay, right? Like our booster boxes, our investments in general, don't need to always be going up, right? Like if we're seeing 100% returns every single 6-month period or 12-month period or whatever, like that's not normal. So just take a breath, temper your expectations, enjoy the ride. If you guys are in the spreadsheet, I did start color coding the days of remaining inventory, and I did it just for Sword and Shield products, SV booster boxes, and then the ETBs, the regular specialty set ETBs. I haven't done it for XY era, Sun and Moon era, or even One Piece, or even the PCTBs. There's a little bit I haven't done yet, and I think that's just because for me, I feel like the PCTBs, One Piece booster boxes, they sell at different rates, so I'm gonna have to adjust the numbers, and I still haven't figured out exactly what I want to do there. But if you guys are in there, definitely let me know what you think, if I should change the colors or anything. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.